Are we live?
Yes, sir.
I'm nervous.
Shut up.
Okay.
Hi.
Right. Hi.
Am I still bassy?
All right, let's make this snappy. Episode 1, 7. Episode 2, 2. Okay, we're done. See you guys later.
Jesus. So much for our plans.
Fine. Jensen wishes to plug. Apparently, Red Dragons Radio.
Oh, yes.
Why are we doing plugs?
No, he doesn't have to do that
Oh,
anymore.
we're kidding. Okay.
I
Sorry.
don't have to do that anymore?
No,
Why?
I didn't want you to have a problem with it.
Wait, what?
No idea.
Have a problem with it.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW The Twilight Zone review. I'm the psychotic break of Phoenix West, joined by Frank Lynx, Adam Wilcox, and Jansen Carlin. This is episode 180 of the podcast and episode 5 of season 2 of the Twitter Zone. The episode is titled Among the Untrodden. It debuted June 25, 2020. Let's listen as these dildos over-explain everything. Let our stupid podcast begin in 3, 2, 1.
You're traveling to another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, dark territory.
I know she's not deaf or dumb or retarded or anything.
Bordering in Wonderlands, the Twilight Zone review.
High school. It's a period that for most of us already feels like a waking nightmare. One in which we're lost in a maze, searching for ourselves. But what if, during this precarious phase of our development, you introduced a set of extraordinary powers? That's all it will take to send the student body of St. Mary's boarding school on a harrowing field trip to the Twilight Zone.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW The Twilight Zone review episode something. I forgot what I said. I'm Phoenix West.
Thanks.
I'm Jansen Carlin.
And Adam Wilcox.
Welcome, guys. I have no idea what episode number this is.
It's number 5.
702 minutes.
No, of the podcast.
205.
Oh,
170. Oh, it's our big 170.
Oh, wow. Yay.
We did it.
A celebratory number, right?
Is that a good number to be? I don't know. Among the Untrodden. Thoughts. I don't know what. Let's start with basic thoughts. What order should we go in? Adam, you're up first. I guess you're in top left.
all right. I'll just say that I kind of measure these episodes based on how often I have to look at my phone because I just get distracted for boredom. I didn't hate this episode. It at least held my interest. Good things I like about it. The story, while simple, I think was executed okay. The acting was a little bit better than, say, Ovation. Of course, everything's better than Ovation because that one I damn near clonked out watching that. That was an absolute chore to get through. But yeah, good things. It at least feels like Twilight Zone. It's not preachy. I'll leave it at that.
So what would you give it out of 10?
Are we doing scores now? I would give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
6. Just slightly above average. Not terrible. I didn't hate it. It's not one of the stronger episodes of the season, but it's not one of the worst ones either. So
Fair enough. I'm in the same camp there. First time I watched it, I gave it a 5. Second time I watched it today, and I liked it a little bit more. Not much, but enough where I was like, all right, 6. I bumped it up a star just because I was like, yeah. First time, I think I was just impatient, and it reminded me. I didn't like all the high school bullshit and the whatever and junk and stuff.
that brings me to negatives. The dialogue was painful. It was like have to bring it down to the teenager level so that they can understand what we're talking about, because this is obviously aimed at one demographic, and it's the tweens. That's what we're aiming this at. We're aiming at the tween generation, the the people that like Twilight would have liked Twilight fanfic had they lived about 10, 15 years earlier.
Yeah.
So
whoever likes Twilight, they threw Kristen Smart wannabe right in there. Or
I
Kristen.
picked up on that too.
Oh God.
I thought it was going to be about witches. The first like 10 minutes. Oh, what else? Because
I thought vampires was.
I'm thinking of The Craft.
It emulates all of those like 90s horror movies. Like I was getting a little bit of The Craft, a little bit of The Faculty, maybe a little bit of Final Destination in there, a little bit of Carrie, you know.
Yeah, if we're just talking generals, I liked it. I kind of liked it. That's about a glowing recommendation I can give.
If you can get past the teenagery shit, it's part of its charm too.
Yeah. Jansen?
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I thought the story held its own. It's a tale as old as time kind of deal that we've heard 1,000 times, but it was done in an interesting way. It had a twist that I thought I guessed, but then Phoenix was like, "No, you idiot, you didn't guess it." So I had to go back and watch it because he was distracting me. I was like, "Oh, I missed it."
Me?
Huh? Yeah, it's all your fault, dude.
Okay.
But I thought she was pulling the strings the whole time, and then I missed the last like 2 minutes of it for some reason, and had to go back and rewatch it. But it was good. The dialogue was definitely garbage. It was made for the tween generation. It was made for it was trying to do that whole shtick of don't treat others with respect, don't bully, don't blah blah blah, don't bullshit, whatever. And it's lost on me at my age now. I mean, almost 38. That's a lesson I've learned already. So beyond that, I thought it was good. I thought it was a decent Twilight Zone episode. You all right there, Adam?
Shut the fuck up, Adam. We're talking about not bullying people. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, you dumb idiot. But I ultimately I gave it a 7. I don't think it was bad enough for me to give it a 5 or a 6. I teetered on 6 and 7, but I think it was a decent episode. It wasn't top notch or anything by any means, but it was middle of the road, and it was good. It was good enough. So that's where I'm at.
Okay, Frank.
This episode was awful. It was just awful. I mean, the writing was terrible. Made no sense. The ending didn't make any sense to what we saw throughout the entire episode.
In what way?
I mean, the ending. This bitch obviously knows what she's doing the whole goddamn time because she's just conjuring up another chick every freaking time, apparently, because she needs a friend. You know what I mean? But then she acts like she has no idea what the hell's going on the entire time. Like,
they explained that. They explained that in the beginning.
I think this first time is her realization of her power.
Yeah, we'll get into that when we go through the plot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Keep ripping it open, Frank.
Okay, so the first time that she, wants a friend and all, and then she pops up, she didn't make any attempt at all to become her friend. She just, you know what I mean? Like if the hell's her name in this?
I couldn't tell you anyone's name.
Irene.
Yeah.
Her name is fucking Irene. What is she, 75?
Well, that's what threw me off with this episode. Like, it was making it out like it was like an early 1900s all girls school or something, or like a girls' condom or something with apple watches on.
To what you're saying, I think the whole idea of her not making an effort to make the friend the first time around, I think part of it is the realization that she didn't realize that she created this person, right? And then the other part of it is that she may want this other friend, but she has to try too hard to fit in with her group of friends that she already has. So she's not willing to, or she needs the extra push to be willing to do that.
I mean, that's fine, but the first time that you do it, this extra friend that you wanted basically seeks you out and tricks you into figuring out that you're psychic from fucking tarot cards and fucking... You know what I mean? Like, in just the whole sequence, it's like, how can you be this blind to what you're doing?
Right.
And then,
Well,
and then this chick's going to find, just through some dumb science fair fucking test or something that, she comes up with it from test results of it all being wrong. I mean,
I think that speaks to the good writing though in it too, because the good writing of that says, okay, well, her subconscious knows that she is psychic or whatever. So what would her subconscious do to show her power, right? Her subconscious would create ways for her to discover it. And I that's what I got from it. I think I might be reading into that a little bit too much, but I think that was the point.
That makes sense. And I would say that's the only way the writer could have written that for that to make sense. So
agreed.
Sure. Okay.
It should have been a little bit more obvious though. Like
that's what I got out of it.
I mean, because I watched it 3 times and I never got that because I was looking into it like, hey, what's up, Gam?
Anyway, overall feelings. Not a fan. Out of 10.
I mean, thinking about the whole self-conscious aspect of it, that does change my mind about it a little bit.
Yeah.
It was really hard to get through the first time because of the whole Twilight. Just fucking, I don't know how she acted, but the way she acted, she was just Kristen Smart. Right, she was Bella out in the middle.
Kristen Stewart, dude, come on.
That's Kristen Stewart. I think Kristen Smart.
No, I agree with you though. Her acting is fucking terrible.
Yeah, so is Kristen Smart. So I didn't need a terrible actress of a terrible actress.
You could at least call her Kristen Stupid.
Twilight, Twilight, the movie Twilight with the vampires.
With the person who's totally not named Kristen Smart. Who's Kristen Smart?
Kristen Smart is an actress. She's just not.
That's what I'm asking. Who is she? I have no idea.
Kristen Stewart is Twilight.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Kristen
Smart is an actress. I just don't remember what she's from.
I remember Elizabeth Smart.
I don't know. I mean,
I just you're both trying to fuck with each other right now, and that's not.
No, because I have a cousin. I have a cousin with the last name Smart, so it's stuck.
Okay.
And she was in the movie from a while ago. I mean, you could Google her, I guess, and she'll come up.
So we'll wait on your rating then. Let's talk about.
No, I mean, like, what I was saying is, like, after thinking about, what her self-conscious would do if this is indeed the first time she's ever done this, then yeah, okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense in the end. Yeah, okay. So after that, I mean, it did keep my attention till the end. I'll give it that because I didn't know what was really going to happen. I didn't predict this at all. I didn't.
I didn't either. Yeah.
I think we all had the same thought.
Yeah, like the whole pencil thing in the beginning. I'm like, why didn't they go back to that? Or is that just a foreshadow or something? But of what, And I mean, I knew that was going to eventually pop up again because they wouldn't have done that otherwise.
Yeah. So let's talk about that scene because that's how it opens. It's class has started, and it's a very cliche scene where class has started and suddenly the kid walks in, the new kid, and the teacher makes him tell him about their life, like, what's your name? And apparently it's fucking Irene.
I had to go through that so many fucking times in my life, dude. I was like, oh, flashback.
Yeah.
But like I have never been ever asked to like say something about myself and my name and everything in front of the whole class.
Because normal teachers know that that's fucking like
it's
earth shattering, and you shouldn't fucking do that to a kid.
Yeah.
What if she's like bondage? I'm really into bondage, torture. This is a horrible fucking person.
The only thing I would ever do is go up to every teacher, every goddamn school that I ever went into, and go up to them before they said my name and tell them, my name is Frank, not Francis. Please don't say Francis.
Don't fuck with me, lady.
Frank, not Francis. I love it.
Yeah, but they still did it. They didn't care.
Of course. And then every sub you have has to call off Francis.
Yeah, yeah.
But he read my name. You all know it's my name.
Didn't matter. Fucking kids are awful, man.
Yeah, kids are dumb as shit. And speaking of, they bring in the new girl, and she's like, "My name's Irene." She's like, "Where?" There's a good hint there. She's like, "Where are you from, and what are you into?" And she skips right over the "Where are you from" thing. Just bulldozes past it. And she's like, "I'm in the." What did she say?
Monsters and orgasms.
Yeah.
Drugs.
I'm into lying to sound cool. She says some stupid shit. Like I'm in the. What does she say? I am Gam Wolfers. I like muffins. Don't take my lunch money. We have the same lunch.
That's why we call them muffins.
Anyway, she says a bunch of stupid shit. Everyone makes fun of her. She goes and sits down. The one girl kicks over her stuff or something, makes her drop her stuff, and then they throw a little thing on her desk, and she opens up a piece of paper and it says like, "Why'd you leave your old school? It's because I'm stupid or because I'm a slut." Circle one, and I would have just circled both and handed it back. But that's just me.
You know what? I would have written in. It's because I murdered a bitch that asked me that question.
You know what I was thinking during that whole scene? I was like, what if this is Carrie part 2? Like Carrie actually didn't die at the end of Carrie, and she transfers to another school. It's like, well, I burned the fucking school down, but I'm not going to let these assholes know that. So, yeah, I have a condition. You know, that's what she. If this is Carrie 2, I have a condition. I had to relocate because, you know, I'm like wanted for murder for like an entire.
I killed the whole school.
Right? Because I kept thinking that I'm like, if this is like a good setup for Carrie 2, I kind of want to know where this goes. Because like there's parts of this episode where it would like annoy me, and then I'd be like, I'm gonna tune out and go, whoa, wait, I just want to see where they're gonna go with this, and then I would be pleasantly surprised. So that's why I say it kept me engaged at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the first like when she threw the pencil at her and said, "Hey, your head got in the way of my pencil," which I thought was funny.
Yeah. It does sound like one of your lines.
Yeah, it's something I would do. But
it's the Happy Gilmore thing.
Yeah, and then she was like,
she was standing there.
Yeah, and then she was telling her to write it, and you know, Irene did that head shake and everything. And I was like, oh, that's so Twilight. Ooh, and that's when the whole Twilight familiarity came up. I was like, oh god,
this girl's a better actress, though.
Well, I think the whole familiarity is there from the get-go, right? I mean, doesn't that story start with her moving to a new place and shit like that anyway?
Yeah, she moved to Washington State because
it's very similar. But to go on what Adam's saying is that I felt the exact same way. I really thought it was gonna be like I was saying, witches or like a Carrie thing. Like I expected something like that, like something way more sinister. But we end up with like a weird Harry Potter thing.
Yeah, I mean,
whenever
you see like an all-girls school bullshit like this, and it always kind of brings up that thought that this is going to go into some coven shit or something.
Yeah. And then she's like, circle one, the second main character. I don't know her name. And she's like starts feeling around for a pencil, and then she reaches up and goes back down and finds it the second time in her desk. And I was like, okay, mental note. And then she drops the pencil, and then she throws the pencil, and then it falls on the ground, and then it like starts and then pan up to Jordan Peele, and then made me laugh really hard because he's sitting in one of the desks. He does his introduction that way, like, hi.
Horrible suit, by the way, a brown corduroy. I mean, he makes it work, but damn,
he can make anything work, Frank.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got curves.
He probably had a crew that had to pull him out of that desk when that scene was over, pry him out. The jaws of life.
The desktop.
He does like the Blues Brothers. He just kind of walks up with the desk hanging off of his butt.
What happens next? Oh, she reveals to the class she's going to do her project on
psychics.
Is that what all it was?
Yeah, psychic. She's gonna run a test to see if being psychic is real.
Yeah, where she takes cards and she hands out tests, and you circle what shape you think the card is, and then out of so many cards, the norm is like average you get 5 right out of like 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
Except
that leads us up
Oregon.
Right to the next part too. So she goes and she confronts, after she grades the test, she goes and confronts Madison, the other main character. She's like, hey, listen, some bullshit happened. You got 0 out of 20. So what's your fucking deal?
And you got her friends in the background being like,
they're partying.
You gonna show us some memes?
Hey, you gotta fuck with her.
You got some curry up in there, like
you like Indian food?
Yeah, it's like, you really got her there.
Yeah.
They had to pull those lines out of the bully handbook. I'm pretty sure they issue that when you register.
Yeah,
It was piss poor bullying to begin with.
It was
yeah.
sad bullying.
They could, I mean, how much of these paying these writers? They could have come up with some better lines.
I
That's
want
all
to
I
see
gotta
some
say.
like butterfly effect bullying. Where they put
Well,
the
you know,
dog in a bag, feed it.
Well, you can't be too mean anymore because you don't want to show real bullying.
Yeah, they pretty much outlawed bullying.
You got to pay for this shit. They say fuck in the episode, so I mean,
Yeah.
be mean.
You gotta
know what I'm
earn
saying?
that shit. Yeah.
Madison, Phoenix. I'll start with you. Rating on the Clydesdale scale. How many?
I never know what to say here.
30.
Ooh.
Damn. I mean, yeah, I'm close to 25.
How does that scale work again?
I don't have a fucking clue, dude.
Oh,
I don't understand what the scale means. It was in Airheads.
Yeah, but 2 weeks ago you said like how many Clydesdales or something. You kind of
How many Clydesdales would it take to rip off her face?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the scale.
What the fuck is the Clydesdale scale?
Well, it's from Airheads. It's from the movie Airheads, and he goes, well, what is she on a Clydesdale scale? And I'm sure the guy on the other phone goes, what the fuck is that? He goes, how many Clydesdales would it take to rip off her face? And I don't know if a lot it means she's good looking or one means she's good looking. I don't know, like
that reminds me.
But
that reminds me of when we were working back at Quick Trip. Phoenix, did your store ever have a cup rating list?
No.
So my store had, you know how we had like all the different size ounce cups and like lids and shit?
Yeah.
And so dudes would start rating, girls would be like, dude, that bitch is a 44 ounce with a dome lid.
Oh, okay.
It was the dumbest shit, but I cracked up
I love
every
it.
time.
That's funny. No, but I would think
start doing that.
I would think the best scale I ever heard was from Patrice O'Neill on Opie and Anthony. He went from 1 to 30.
Remember what happened last time you quoted Patrice O'Neill on the show?
You mean the first time I was on here, I said the N-word. Yeah, it was great.
What is happening?
It's a long story, but yeah,
It's since been edited out.
Yeah.
By the way,
a year later, it was up for a year.
Never mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
never mind. For real, it's all good.
No, I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh.
Finish.
Yeah. Well, what
I was gonna say something.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. We'll do whatever you want to say. Go say it. I will stop talking. Really, I will. You say something, I stop talking. I wait for you to get done. I'll keep going. Phoenix is. This is not a fight starting. Phoenix, calm down. We're not starting a fight here. I'm just saying. Go.
Listen, we're not pulling an Adam.
Go ahead,
now,
Frank.
Okay?
I just wanted to get through the 10 to 30 thing. That's all.
2 hours later.
And that's
so
how
you see 30 was like.
Yep. So are we all in agreement? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right, cool. All right, let's move on.
Sweet. I can't believe we talked about that for 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't believe we had that much material.
I can't believe I can edit that 2 hours out in real time, but here we are.
Thank God.
Oh, kind of going. Jansen was going with that. She's going over her test results. She says you got a 0. You can only come up with a 0 if you knew the right answer and you're purposely not doing it, which is, Frank, the whole point. She's in denial about what she is, and this character's there to just get her over that hump, and that's it.
I got it. Yep.
And so then she kind of leaves a note. She leaves the tarot cards in the ground, and then she also leaves a note apparently the next day that nobody walked over. And it says like skip. It's got a fucking hand-drawn map. It's like skip class, meet me here, and it's the girls' bathroom. And then we see the girls' bathroom, and it looks like a fucking haunted house, like or after the Carrie aftermath. It looks like something atrocious happened in this woman's bathroom. What the fuck? How is that a bathroom?
It looked like the ending of one of those Faculty type, Final Destination type movies. Yeah. The Craft.
Freddy Krueger's gonna come out. What the fuck was that? That was the biggest bathroom I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it really was. And the note was in her door, by the way.
Yeah. And then she says,
Wait, did we talk about the map? Did I miss that part?
He said it was on the floor. Had anybody kick it away or something?
Yeah, but let's back up. That she drew
Hold on.
Jansen is loitering in Wonderland, thinking he's too good for this podcast.
Okay. Anyway.
Listen, fuckhead. I was looking something up, and I thought I missed something, and I wanted to make sure. You know what?
You missed the end of this episode.
I mean, he did get enough for me to change my entire mind on this episode. So
boom, there you go. I paid more attention than Frank. Go fuck yourself.
No, I watched it 3 times, and I'm not the most. Sometimes I need things explained to me a little bit differently because I'm not in that mindset. So
no, I agree. You've done the same for me. So
there you go.
You just pay attention differently. So
yeah.
Anyway, map.
Just being honest.
Map. This girl has time to draw a fucking like detailed map with like dimensions and fucking cross sections and shit, and
to a school she does not know.
Yeah, and then why can't you be like, hey, take a right over here, and it's at the bottom. It's the only room down there. There's no other rooms down there.
You know that creepy haunted house room that nobody's going in?
Fuck was that?
The one that the janitor says, "Nah, they don't pay me enough for this shit." Fuck it.
Yeah. Right, seriously, this room has been abandoned for so long. They're not even going to clean it out or anything. They don't give a fuck. This school's got like billions of dollars to spend on all kinds of bullshit. Everybody's living on campus. It's a fucking boarding school, dude.
It's the boo room.
The boo room.
Is it a boarding school or is it a Catholic high school for girls? Because that's what they do. Is they go away.
It's like a boarding school.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, they live on campus. They live at home. So,
but a boarding school is more like for homeless kids, right? Like orphans.
It's where rich people go dump their illegitimates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why I don't know that.
Boarding schools are mostly developed for parents who don't have time for their children.
It's a military school for not fuck ups.
Yeah. Who then become fuck ups because they go to boarding school. Yeah.
Because they're around no adults.
Right.
Am I the only one that ever got threatened by their father to get sent off to military school if I didn't straighten up?
No.
Yep. All right. High five. The other way. There you go.
I just got in fist fights with my dad. He didn't threaten anything. Just
my
fought
dad
it out.
didn't talk to me.
That's
I was a bad kid. I was.
Yeah, me too.
I was bad enough for my own sake, but good enough that my parents didn't know I was bad. Does that make sense?
No.
I got away with shit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because I'm smarter than them. It's no big deal.
Right on.
Yeah.
Subtle.
Fucking nailed it.
Where are we? Oh,
I don't know. Who cares?
We were talking about a map, and then
she's in the bathroom now. She's in the bathroom, and she's like, "Okay, hey."
Storage closet bathroom, which has like antique furniture and the thing behind Adam right there. Oh no, that's not there.
Fucking graffiti on the walls.
Yeah.
Shit.
And then she has a list on the wall of like different superpowers. It reminded me of that scene from Shazam where they test one out one after another.
I kind of like that part. That was actually one of my more favorite scenes when they're going through let's figure out what this bitch can do, and it's kind of like a mini montage.
Go ahead, Frank.
I have a clip of the scene if you want me to play it.
Sure. You haven't heard much from this episode yet. There's a lot of this episode spent in this room, though.
Thought you could prank me, bitch? What? Thought you could scare me with your stupid cards? Tell me the trick. I swear, Madison, it's not a trick. Bullshit. Madison, I swear.
No, you're good. I forgot to mention before that. Oh, it's still going.
They're just cards. They're just cards with pictures on them. That's it. Then how come I know what's on every fucking card? Because you're special. You're like, I don't know, you have psychic powers or something, which is crazy because I didn't even really think they were real, okay? Like, I don't know. Okay, look, if it's real, it's like the coolest thing to ever happen to like anyone. Jesus, stop talking.
Here you go.
You're special.
I forgot to mention that she left the
Spethel.
She went through the tarot cards and she was just like, it was never 2 in a row. It was like cross, circle, squiggly lines, cross, circle, square. That's all it was. That's not gonna be fun to listen to.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that means you say something.
That means he said something.
Yeah, just say it. Just say the thing.
What?
No, we were.
Same.
Yeah, here's.
Circle. Cross. Star.
Swastika.
Cross. Square. Wait.
Give me
Scrotum.
Star.
Never 2 in a row.
Star. Cross. Circle. Cross. Star. Cross. Square, circle, waist. What the fuck?
Yep, that was her going through the card, yeah. And then the next scene was, her meeting her. Yeah, so that's what. There you go.
Her logical conclusion to that is the last clip you played before that was, why did you fuck with these cards?
What?
I'm like, what?
How exactly does she fuck with the cards?
Just stop for just a second and decide for yourself, how the fuck would anybody fuck with the cards in a way that you could guess them?
Exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. She's in the denial, but I get it, but it's dumb. She's dumb.
She dumb.
They decide to go over the superpowers. She's so dumb she doesn't understand whatever stuff, and
She has to dumb down clairvoyance and telekinesis into stupid girl words that she can understand.
Yeah, she has to boil it down to you can read minds, you can implant ideas, like that movie Inception. You can. What the fuck else is in that list?
I don't remember.
Oh, how to find water. And she's like, we can skip that. I don't give a shit about water. Okay.
I was like, all right then. And then conjure fire, I think was one.
Is that the one really excited about?
Part of me really wished that she said fuck water, and then there was some real big need for her to find water throughout the end of the
that would have been some cool Twilight Zone shit.
I'm on fire.
It hurts so bad. Oh my god!
Like the one gets fire, and then the other one says, "Oh, wish you could have found water. You could have put the fire out, bitch."
But it's really obvious where the water is. There's a big glass of water there, and she's like, "I don't see anything."
What? That would have been a Shyamalan movie.
She's saying, "I don't care about water. I'm surrounded by it. We're in a bathroom."
Yeah. To be fair, they're surrounded by antique furniture, and that's it. I didn't see any toilets or anything. That was the worst bathroom.
Oh, the whole thing's fucking gutted and turned into a goddamn hookah lounge.
It's like they're basically in dorm rooms, and the map is here's the classroom. The main bathroom on the first floor, which I assume is where they are, and that bathroom's just like an abandoned ghost factory. Why wouldn't they keep that bathroom open?
It's the girls' hangout version of the hangout from Lost Boys. The girls' version of the vampires hangout from Lost Boys. That's what it is.
This is when they do the cliche thing of meet me down in the basement next to the boiler room, that creepy janitor who's touching us. That's when they do that. But no, it's just the bathroom next to the classroom. There's flaws. That's all I'm saying.
There's too many flaws to count.
There's that one really obnoxious scene too where they do the slow-mo walk and they got whatever song is.
Was it the Tarantino one? Dun, dun, dun.
It just, I'm like, am I just getting old, or is this scene really annoying me right now? Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Got to do the slow walk while there's some rap music playing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a decade there after Kill Bill came out where every commercial and every other movie had that walk with that song. And
it's like that thing is so cliche. It's I got some strong cringe off of that scene, man. I'm just like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't need to do that. You're doing fine. Just don't do that.
But to be truthful, I thought that this episode had some of the best soundtrack that I've heard out of a few of these episodes. Even though it was cliche, I feel like it fit well, and it gave it a cool vibe.
It
At
did.
least they dumped the fucking blue filter for a change.
Yeah.
By the way, the one song that the girls were jamming out to or whatever while they were taking the pictures, that song was from Minx from the last episode.
Oh,
yeah.
shit,
You guys
really?
noticed the magazine
Noted.
cover had Minx on it?
I did the first time. The second time I didn't.
No, I forgot about it till you mentioned it. That's how much I remember, how memorable that was for me.
I didn't realize that though, Frank. That's funny.
I was like, oh, look, Minx. And they're playing a record. That's why I was like, what time frame are they in? I don't understand. Like, who? I mean,
I breaks and talk about Jacob here. Frank,
Who?
read that.
What? I'm sorry.
Read.
Oh, Among the Untrodden was my. Wow. Well, I mean, to each his own. Yeah.
Hold on, Jacob. Of the new season of all of 2019 Twilight Zone, or of all of Twilight Zone? I need to be real specific here because I have some real issues and questions depending on your answer.
He might ban you.
If he says it's his favorite episode of all Twilight Zone and he's seen all the old ones, I have some real fucking issues with that. But
I highly doubt it. It's probably got to be from this season so far.
It means he's a Black Mirror fan.
But that is not what it means, sir.
You've offended him. Apologize.
I don't need an apology. I
do.
And you're wrong.
Let's fast forward.
Oh no, yeah, because she does everything involving tarot cards. I did have some issues with this scene because she's looking at the card, and then what's her name?
Irene.
No, the other girl,
Madison.
Madison would guess what she's looking at, the card she's looking at. And I'm like, okay, so she can, but also she can just read what's on the card. So how does that make any sense? But then she burns one. I'm like, she would still know what's on the card just from that. They need to shake it up because it's the same.
Yeah, we should have had more tests than that. I agree with you.
Yeah, it should have been something other than a tarot card. Like I wrote something down on this. And it's in my brain, or here's what I'm thinking of. Tell me what it is. But they didn't do that, so she could have just read the card before she burned it, and it still would have been the exact same power. It didn't make any sense.
They needed a scene like that scene from the Mothman prophecies where Indrid Cole is just trying to talk to what's Richard Gere, and he's trying to prove that he's not what he thinks he is. It's like he's like, okay, I'm looking at a page. He just picks up a random book. I'm looking at a page. What's on sentence, number 15 on page 365, and he reads it off, and he's like, "What's in my hand? Chapstick." They needed like a couple of different things that weren't necessarily related.
But they were all tarot cards. They were all the exact same thing, and she confirmed like 3 different powers from that, and it didn't make any sense.
The episode could only afford that one deck of tarot cards.
Is that what it was? They spent so much on antique furniture to pile up and cover
candles.
Yeah.
Candles from fucking Pier 1. Yeah.
So what are you trying to do? Burn the place down?
Well, I like Frank, I read that the powers work better with like natural light. That's why I didn't have sunlight. I used candles. What?
Because it was Irene said that.
But like whatever, and stuff. Like nothing is true. I have vinyl, but
I have one vinyl. I finally got a vinyl player, and I played Dark Side of the Moon finally.
The issue that we have with is not that they're playing vinyl, is that they're playing vinyl, and we don't know what time zone they're supposed to be in, or time period for anything.
They're in the Twilight Zone.
It's too specific of a. Shut the fuck up. It's too specific.
That worked in two ways. Come on.
It's too specific of a niche thing that not a lot of people do to have it in an episode like that and not tell us what time period we are.
Yeah. It was a little ambiguous on when this was taking place. At least it wasn't 1980s 50, which I've seen 1,000 fucking times. I don't need to see it anymore. There's another episode that's kind of in the same time period later on this season, the Small Town. That's kind of the same thing where you're like, I have no idea what fucking year it is.
That's me every day.
Yeah,
that's right. We're kind of we're there with you, buddy.
Let's fast forward a little bit. They start to eventually become friends. They have a scene where Irene goes and sits with her friends at lunch, and it's totally a cliche high school scene where she starts being like, "Yeah, I'm like all cool and stuff. I smoked a reefer, and I smoked."
How do you do, fellow kids?
That's what it was.
Dude,
Yeah,
but-
it was that scene exactly. You're right.
When-
This is when they're on the balcony, right?
No, at the lunch.
This is after the balcony. Yeah, like, it was like, you should be dead. You fell like 30 feet. She's like, well, if you don't give a fuck on the way down, I mean, he's like, I guess you survived.
Yeah, I kind of skipped that. I didn't remember what order they happened in, but yeah, they go hang out on the. Oh, but to get to the balcony, that's when it really reminded me of Harry Potter because they're walking around the hallway and the teacher.
Professor McGonagall.
Yeah. They have the map of the footsteps going with the teachers, and then they get stopped, and then she uses another power where she's guessing. She's like, how about I don't tell anybody that you saw your. This is at lunch. I don't tell anybody you saw your stepdad jerking out to QVC and you watched him finish. I was like, damn. And so at least we're in QVC time. That gives us a little bit more of a time period,
right?
I got a little bit of a giggle off of that one.
Yeah.
And you masturbate with your brush handle. Oh, what? Yeah, I was really mean. What did blowing guys in a fucking bar bathroom take all the energy out of you?
That is when the bullying got pretty good, and I wish they had put a little bit more effort in the beginning because that was some good shit.
I think it just shows she's more creative than the other ones because the other ones are lame. You need to talk about memes.
That's why she's the alpha bitch.
We needed that old guy from the Robbie the Robot episode in season 5. That just had some of the most greatest
Uncle
fucking
Simon.
snaps. Yeah, Uncle Simon. We needed Uncle Simon level disses. Yeah,
You poor excuse of the female gender.
I was writing them down at one point. I'm like, this is good shit. I need to use these.
Yeah.
Right.
But then there's a scene. She asks for the key, and then she doesn't really have it. The teacher, and she reveals some secret that she's gambling the money away or some bullshit. Walks away, and they're like, "We have to go back to our room now, though." But what's up, Leia Red?
Get us that key.
But we need that key, and then all of a sudden, ding! It falls behind her. And she's like, "You can conjure things," and that's like a big twist. You just don't realize it at the time.
Yeah, and then after she uses it, it turns to that dust, just like the pencil.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I was still under the assumption that as Jansen was, where I thought the blonde girl was getting revenge. It seems too obvious now that in retrospect. The blonde girl's getting revenge by making her think she has powers. I thought she was going to reveal it Carrie style in front of everybody at the end that the blonde girl has the powers.
It seems too obvious, but then yet again, we're kind of expecting that from this type of writing that we've had so far. So I didn't put it beneath them to make that the actual twist, but I was pleasantly surprised, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe we're just happy to not have to be like 10 minutes ahead of the plot for the whole episode. Like,
I think that's why I didn't like it the first time though, because I was waiting for that and going, "Oh, come on, I already got it. Let's go." And then by the time it reversed, it was almost over.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why it fell flat for me. Maybe I had lost interest at that point, and that's why I wasn't paying attention. But watching it back, I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, we'll get there in a second. They're drinking up on the roof. And they're like, you're a virgin, aren't you? And she's like, what? She's like, have you even had an orgasm? And she's like, yeah, who hasn't had an orgasm?
That was the worst acting in the entire episode.
And she's like, who do you have it with? She's like, well, not like with anybody or stuff, but you know.
I was like a boyfriend or anything.
Yeah. And they start
laugh
giggling.
at her because she masturbates. Like, what?
With my vibrator that I named Madison.
No. She's a vegetarian. Carrots, pickles, cucumbers,
Squash,
passion fruit,
squash,
pineapple here or there.
She's a good egg. Squash and pineapples. That's
and the sausages.
No, I mean if she can fit a
starfish,
I want to get to know this chick.
If she could fuck a pineapple, I don't think a sausage is going to help her, Adam. It's just like whoop, and they didn't even feel that.
Yeah, really.
It's not even rubbed free of all feelings.
Maybe,
it's like throwing a hot dog down a greased hallway.
What if it's like many sausages, like on a rope though, before they cut them,
like sausage anal beads?
I got Frank good on that one.
On the way out,
made a big echo as it hit the floor.
They're all pickled now. Anyway, Tom Elliott, how you doing? Shout out to Tom Elliott. So once in a while, I like to bring him up.
Yes,
Should we take a look at the audience score? See where we're at.
Yeah, you want to go and start pulling it up? I'll go over. I'll finish. I'll top this bitch off.
Cool.
She gets high. She falls off the roof. I like that scene. I thought it was well done. Where she goes, she's like, guys, it's not a big deal. They start arguing, and she grabs the statue hand, and it falls. It breaks off. Good sound effect there. Good shot when it pulls to the wide shot, and you see a body fall. It didn't look like a big dummy, like the fugitive with flopping all over the place. It looked real. And she hits the ground. Apparently, her friends just fucked off back to the room. Only Madison goes down. It's like, hey, you're alive. Cool. How? And what are we looking at, Adam?
Oh, that's the score for Among the Untrodden. Looks like the audience so far, we got one for 5 out of 10 and then one for 7 out of 10.
Well, you want to send them the link to it? So
I did earlier. I'll send it again.
That puts it right at 6, though, as an average. That's where we are.
Pretty much.
So
yeah. So anybody in the chat, jump over to Raiders of the Lost Flicks, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Raiders of the Lostflicks.com.
Let's check. Sorry. Go ahead. I put up a poll too. I put up my Mary Fuck Kill on it. Let's see if there's any bites on that.
Oh, wait, is that closed already? I didn't vote on that.
No, there's not. No, it's not closed.
Okay, hold on.
Wait,
is it on your personal or is it on the show?
It's closed. The next one's open still. It's on Twitter. On Twilight Zone.
Okay.
So Among the Untrodden, 33.3% said Mary. 66.7 is at fuck. Kill has 0, obviously, if you do the math.
I would agree with fuck on that one.
I put fuck.
Sounds like 3 people voted.
Yeah. So 2-1.
Yeah. Those listeners' averages, I'm like, that's only 3 people.
That could have been more.
But I guess nobody gave a
Could have been 4-2.
That's true. What, it's on the TZ? Is it closed already?
That one is. For the next episode for 8, it's still open. I don't want to look at that one because I know what that's going to be. Or I hope I know what it's going to be.
On it.
What's that?
I'm going to go vote on it now.
Okay. So if you're listening to this, couple things. Adam and I have a poll going on both of our Twitter feeds. His is Raiders_OTLF. The other side is so it's a split poll. Half is on his, half on mine, the B movie battle one. We already finished our first B movie battle bracket, Killer Clowns from Outer Space one. We're gonna do a show on that. But
that's my sister's favorite movie.
What's that?
That's my sister's favorite movie.
You got a smart sister.
Yeah, no, she's a teacher. Very proud of her.
That's a strange favorite movie.
Dude, she's loved it ever since she was a kid.
Yeah, so have I. They have little pop vinyl ones of the three of the clowns. I want them so bad.
She just thought it was great that the only way you could kill him is by shooting him in the nose.
Yeah. Danson told me I can't buy any more trinkets though.
No more knickknacks, buddy.
Knickknacks.
I want them.
Dude, have you seen his room? If you sneeze,
this room ain't shit compared to some other YouTubers, dude. Some people just they can't even walk through the sea of vinyl pops, man.
I'm telling you, until he gets a bigger space to put all of his fun stuff.
I don't have a lot of the vinyls. I just have a lot. I have 2 of those giant totes full of this stuff that was in my old studio.
Let me ask you this: how much of this stuff that like these pop vinyls or memorabilia that you have is in storage and not being displayed right now?
You see my place.
I know. I'm just
I
asking.
don't have room to put it up.
Just telling you.
I have 2 bins full of Star Wars action figures under my bed.
I'm trying to save your wallet, dude. You're
I
trying
get
to
it.
I have a whole lot of IndyCar shit that's on my wall. It's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Point is, go check those out. We're gonna put the second B movie battle up sometime on my personal one at Phoenix West. Doing a TV show bracket right now with 128 TV shows. There's a few more hours left on the first bracket, the first poll. Yeah.
Whoever's not voting for Community needs to go vote for Community. Otherwise, I'm going to find you. I'm going to kill you.
Community is currently losing to Home Improvement. And Adam, I saw what you voted for.
I haven't seen Community.
Why'd you vote?
Because I haven't seen Community. I've seen Home Improvement.
Okay, well, until you see Community, you can't vote.
If that's the case, I can't vote on half of those choices because I don't watch as much TV as y'all do.
There was a couple of them that I didn't know. So
yeah, I only vote on the ones that I knew. If there was something on there I recognized, I would vote for that. Or if I'd seen a lot of them and liked it enough to keep watching it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's there too. Where are we in the episode? She's alive. Fuck, who cares? At the end, they go back into the girls' bathroom warehouse, ghost factory, and she's like, "I thought I lost you." Oh, God. And she's like, basically, he's like, "Tell your, I don't give a shit about my friends. We're not really friends anyway. They don't even talk to me anymore." Which they fast forward to that in the episode. We didn't really see them get disconnected as friends. And then she's like, "I'm your friend, right?" And she's like, "Yes." And they hug. And then you hear like a crackling noise. And then twist, Irene falls apart into nothing like Thanos snapped his fingers. Just...
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
And then, yeah.
And then we realize.
Oh,
that
no.
it's not.
Before she goes away, she goes, "You just needed a friend, or you wanted a friend."
Right.
And
Well,
then
and they
she
made a
goes,
point to it earlier with the key, right? And the only time they make the point of when you're done with something that you conjured, it disappears.
Yeah.
So I feel like they should have made that effort or that point a couple more times to let it
They did
sink
it twice. I was fine with it.
The key was the key to the plot. It was very meta, Jansen. It was the key.
It was a key to the plot they wrote with a pencil. The other time they showed it,
my gun.
It was the key to the plot.
Bring up gun. Need it for show. Ignore noise.
Gun delivery, please.
Go gadget gun.
And then she falls away, and it cuts to the next day or who fucking knows when. And she's sitting in class again. Madison is, and then the new girl walks in. Exact same hair, exact same clothes, obviously. And then
a hotter version of her.
Different girl. Just she's probably a better actress. They probably should have switched them, but we don't know. And then that's when she gives that like knowing smile, Frank. And that's what she's aware now.
How would it make you guys feel if your one job as an actress was to show up for one day, walk into a room, and then you're done, and that's your debuting role?
That's fine.
Like,
but they want a SAG card. They want some. She doesn't get a SAG card because she didn't speak. So
right, that's what I'm saying.
So she wants. Her
you're literally just an extra. You don't get anything.
Yeah,
no lines.
All actors got to start somewhere.
I'd do it if they asked me to be on for that role. I'd put on a little fucking wig and a skirt.
You'd probably do that regardless.
I would. I don't give a shit. Like, this is just fucking around, right? All right.
Yeah, it's just fucking around.
Hey, don't speak. I'm sorry.
All
Good luck
right.
not getting me to talk.
Should we have Mr. Peel wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we're good, right?
Yeah.
We'll do our final thoughts after he wraps it up. I want to hear what Frank has to say about it after this.
Wait, that's right. Oh yeah, there was one thing that I did record that I wanted to play because I was like, oh god, it's right at the end though, and then I'll play the outro.
Oh, I gotta read Greg's review
What
too.
did you do to them? Did you know that they were going to do that to me? What did you do? I don't know what you're talking about. It's been your power this whole time. Yours. You've been controlling me, pretending like I had these abilities, manipulating me so that you could become popular, putting thoughts into my head with your whatever. Madison, I shut up.
You know I hate thoughts.
You can't do something to those cards. You've been there every time I use my powers because they're your powers.
And this is when Jansen checked out.
You fell from 3 stories. You should be dead. Madison, I promise. You made me think I was special. You are.
No.
That's what I'm thinking when I use my powers.
That's coming up. I always spent. Oh god.
I don't have them. Did you kill Gwen? Lisa? I don't have powers, I swear! Bullshit! It was you! You saw me crying, you defended me! Why would I defend you? You ruined my life! God, I'm so fucking stupid!
We forgot that scene.
Stupid.
Yeah, the stupid. Oh god, I was like, oh.
You realize this is going to be the new X-Men movie, right?
Yeah,
It's gonna have dialogue just like this.
We saw the science fair, and then she gets scolded for having a shitty booth, and it's behind Adam. There is the not Madison, but her friends. They have a little booth where it's like, what's it called, Frank? You said it perfectly earlier.
Oh, it's it's like the loser in her habitat or something
like that. But it's like video of Irene like drunk and stoned out of her mind, admitting the shit. Who cares? And then this is when it turned into Carrie, because she starts screaming, and we see Madison watching, and all of a sudden the TV start like, and then it just cuts away.
How did it go?
What?
How did it go?
Explosy.
I'm like, wait for it.
Yeah, and then you want me to play the outro now?
Hold on.
Okay. Oh yeah, you need to read, right?
No, I was waiting for Jensen. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Listen, man, I'm just living up to the name.
Now it goes.
He's too good for this podcast.
I hit that 20 seconds ago.
Listen, dude, I'm just trying to live up to the name of your creation. Okay, I like to loiter in Wonderland sometimes. Sometimes I like to run away in Wonderland and not come back.
Okay, that's fine. You want to play the outro?
Got it.
On the surface, Madison appeared to have it all. But on the inside, she was lost, alone. So she created Irene, a projection in every sense. One part wish fulfillment, another part confession, an unconscious cry for help from within her psychic prison. In the Twilight Zone.
Did you hear me at the end? I went, Peh.
So now that we talked about it, Frank, out of 10.
I'll give it a 6.
Okay. We all agreed. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, we all gave it a 6.
It's almost like we're on the same team.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
It could have been better, but it could have been a whole lot worse. As
It was slightly above average. Yeah.
For the new Twilight Zone, if you know,
it's a low bar to get over. Yeah.
As of this far in the season, it's still the worst episode.
Yeah.
The first 5. With that being said, next episode we're talking about 8.
So it's about to lose its crown of shit.
Dude, I can't do it.
So next time we'll be talking about 8, and
we'll be killing ourselves. Join us.
We're all gonna say one positive thing about 8.
It happened. It was a show that happened.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, and
he just wants us to be over with, no matter what.
Everybody in the stream, it's going to be in the next 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Podcast.
All right. Okay, Gam, because you left last week, and I really wish you didn't leave last week because we gave Phoenix a real good,
what for
the whole season 2 episode 4 thing.
He's already fucking with me about that.
Too.
He wrote like this. I was gonna.
I saw. You want to read it? Like how he put it? Like because he wrote it like real funny at the beginning of the chat.
I don't need to hear from him because I'm already reading his email right now. He wrote, "Here's my review of this week's episode. Sneeze on 2, episode 5." That's what he wrote. So this is where the season starts to curve down, but will eventually slowly curve back up, I assume. This episode is basically Mean Girls with a little bit of Harry Potter, a little bit of Carrie, a tiny bit of Stranger Things rolled into a good enough Quizno sub. It is very mediocre, but I did like the swerve at the end, where you thought it was the blonde girl doing all the psychic work, but turns out the other girl that did it. It does leave some form of interpretation on if you kind of believe she unknowingly created a friend, or if she's some mentally abusive popular girl who had enough and basically created more problems. I give this episode 5 out of 10, aka C, as in Cards Against Your Sanity.
Oh, that was good. That was good. I'll give it to Gam. The whole cards. That's good.
Give that review 5 out of 10.
Got it. Did you just rate Gam's email?
Yeah, I'm gonna rate his rating 5 out of 10. What's up, dude?
Oh, that's a good one. I'll give him a 7.
I'll give him a 10.
Okay. Adam?
I don't rate ratings.
Frank, are you
Adam?
sucking dicks over there?
Not rating ratings. That was
Adam?
was not part of the
Greg is my
deal.
boy, man. Greg is my boy. He's
Adam gives it a 1.
Greg has been a faithful listener to everything that we've done and I've done for the last 6 years. You know,
Listen, if your borders a whole family, you still gonna give him a 10 out of 10?
he is family. It's 10-10. Good job, Gam.
Is there anything remaining you guys want to say about this episode before we get the fuck out of here? Play plugs.
I still want to know what you guys' number would be on the Clydesdale scale for her.
I already gave my number.
6 Clydesdales.
6 Clydesdale. Oh yeah, Jansen said 30. Okay.
Yep.
Adam's not going to say anything.
I'll say this: show you're heading in the right direction. Try harder. Just keep trying. You're heading in the right direction. Yeah.
This episode didn't feel like an episode of The Twilight Zone.
No,
It reminded me of like an American Horror Story offshoot story.
At least it didn't feel like Black Mirror.
Even Peel, his intro outro is like haphazard and like doesn't have any feeling behind it. Especially his outro, he's like, I really don't want to be here for this.
He really does his Rod Serling impression in the intro.
I know, like that's classic Rod Serling right there.
Twilight Zone. Yeah.
I
I like what Adam said earlier. I was going to bring it up too, but he mentioned it first. This is the first one that doesn't have the blue silver look to it. It's got some when they're in that room, the haunted room. It's got a lot of orange to it. It's got depth.
It's got orange yellowish.
Yeah, it's got warm colors, and it's supposed to be like her safety. Like this character's her safety. It makes sense thematically too. So they actually put some thought into what the fuck they were doing, as opposed to every other episode where they're doing silver and blue, and it doesn't make any sense. Every episode looks the same. They didn't have the up close camera angles. The episode looked different. It sounded different, and that's why I like it a little bit more the second time around.
It was a perfect piece of escapism, I'd say. You know, it's not the greatest we've seen, but it's still, if you're going to do Twilight Zone, at least they're trying to do Twilight Zone.
Well, yeah, see, because the original Twilight Zone wasn't always the Twilight Zone either, because they took stories. I mean, that one that almost made it to the finals. What was it? Phoenix from France.
Oh, Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge?
Yeah. Like right there, Twilight Zone played that in 5th season, and Twilight Zone didn't even make it, but they still played it. So
yeah,
they would still go off of the rails and do a totally different
just
thing.
a French short that won an Oscar, and so they just threw it on their show.
Yeah,
but that's not going to happen with this new show. It wasn't about fucking aliens invading Earth and humanity ending. Like 3/4 of the episodes in the season.
Hey Frank, at least it wasn't this, right?
Yeah, it was better than that.
A little bit better than that.
Yeah. That the camera guy's just rubbing the lens on their face. Back the fuck up, man. It's all this blue and silver.
For those of you who have no idea what's going on because you're listening on a podcast, Adam's just staring at his phone.
Yeah.
He was using his
really close to his face.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm just describing it further, okay?
You know what? Listen here, Phenoxopus Westicles. All right.
That's for the next.
Done with your shit.
Phenox.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Thanks, Adam.
Phenoctopus Westicles.
You just see that? It's for 8. We'll get to that one, but let's get out of here. Let's play plugs and take a break.
Plug time. Jensen wishes to plug, apparently, reddragonsradio.com. Adam wishes to plug, RaidersOfTheLostFlix.com and on YouTube for movie reviews and pop culture discussions. Frank wishes to get plugged in a Holiday Inn for hours and hours. Oh, and also in the Sports Car Podcast, Way Off Topic Radio Podcast. Phoenix wishes to plug, LIWstudios.com for all of our videos and podcasts from Loitering in Wonderland. Send us your 2019 Twilight Zone Season 2 thoughts in writing or audio to loiteringinwonderland@gmail.com. Or tweet us at LIW The TZ Review. We will read and or play them on the podcast next time. Until next time, and in the meantime, I am Phoenix West. Joined by Frank Links, Adam Wilcox, and Jansen Carlin. So long, citizens. Shut off the fucking podcast now.
Now.
Eventually, the whole podcast is just going to be her talking.
I have lines and everything. I have one saved for after we're done with this, where she reads off. I submitted
everybody's lines.
We're still on the podcast. I'll keep all this in. I submitted to that guy who sent me the transcript, and I was like, "Hey, send me this one too."
Oh God, I can't wait to I can't wait to hear that.
So I'm gonna put it into her voice and then record that and then submit that as a podcast.
No, I mean you need to read it because it was funny. That was funny.
I can't do that again, dude. It breaks your brain reading that.
No, we got to do it. I'll do it with you.
I can't. No.
It was
Anybody who listens to that, who listens to that is gonna get cancer.
Dude, if I read, it'll be even worse. It'll be funny.
You can't read.
Just like that.
That's why it would be funny.
Yeah. I'm setting myself for like failure of like just epic proportions with that.
That's the theme of every show.
Well, I'm saying put me onto that and do that. That's even worse.
Anyway, let's get out of here. 5-minute break.
Yep.
5-minute break.